John, you may have it till later, John.
Sorry,
Try to
Dan.
get it.
All right. Let me know.
You know, as everybody has now learned, we have now been able to determine that an extremely serious situation exists at Buckeye Lake. It would be defined as a high risk according to the U.S. Corps of Engineers. And high risk means that the possibility, of course, exists of a dam breach. And in the area of Buckeye Lake, there are different elevations. Some elevations are much lower than others. We have a lady with us here, Marianne Chalinsky, who's decided to move her Head Start program from one of the low-lying areas, where at a catastrophic breach, the water could be potentially as high as 10 feet, has decided to change the venue for where she's taking care of these young kids, and we appreciate that very much. I also want to spend time complimenting the members of our legislature, the members of EMA, for the fact that they've come together in a very constructive way to talk about how we solve this problem. You know, the thing that amazes me about this whole situation is this is a problem that should have been addressed 30 or 40 years ago. It was basically ignored by previous administrations. I don't understand it all, pressure, politics, whatever. But when I take a look at a situation where you could have a potential loss of life, there's just no other way to look other than to try to deal with this and take care of this problem. The Corps, in their report, one of their recommendations was that we would drain this lake. And frankly, that's inconceivable to me. This is an asset. There have been many people who've invested a lot of their wealth, and limited wealth in a lot of circumstances, to live on a beautiful venue. Businesses that have been built, and as you all know, if you don't have businesses, you don't have prosperity, and there are people that, without any question, are going to suffer some damage from the fact that that this lake has got serious problems connected to it. And so we don't do this in a casual way. But it's sort of interesting. I ask my staff all the time to do assessments on the state of dams across our state. And the Corps of Engineers, when looking at the Buckeye Lake Dam, has said that it's never seen really anything like this. It's really in bad shape. And so I want the people in Buckeye Lake and the surrounding area to understand this is not some political decision. I mean, frankly, if you wanted to make a political decision, you wouldn't address the issue. I am worried about the potential loss of life. And I can remember not long ago reading a story in one of the newspapers about the loss of life. I think it was in a creek in Colorado where a little dam broke and the water flowed down and wiped out a lot of people. And for whatever reason, it's been etched in my head. I mean, I don't even know if I was holding office at the time. It seems so tragic to me. And so in going out and looking at this dam, and people need to understand it's an earthen dam. You just don't look at the sheet metal in front of the earthen dam and assume that's the dam. That is not the dam. It is an earthen dam. And people have not only been permitted to build their homes on the top of the earthen dam, but many people have actually built their homes right into the earthen dam. And all that can stand from a breach is a wall and a basement. And it's just not an acceptable situation.